Hello, Internet, and welcome back to Escape Velocity. It's been a minute, but we're back and ready to play. We just watched our newest intro video, which, because it's been a little bit since we last played, there have been some updates to the channel. Some games have finished, some games have started, and yeah, the best way to know when stuff is happening is to follow us on the various, the social media du jour, which at this point in time for us is Mastodon. And I think we're trying to get into Blue Sky as well. Um, let's see. No, I'm gonna refrain from too much commentary down that rabbit hole. We also have a YouTube for all our VODs because we've been making stuff and putting it on the internet for years. So lots of stuff to watch. Plenty of tabletop RPGs and video games and etc. And we also have a Discord that you should come hang out in because that's going to be the best way to know when we are getting up to shenanigans. Um, yeah, let's see. Already talked about the video. Um, this, I think, was this past Saturday. The Ward 47 game, Parslings, had their series finale. And so they'll be coming at you with a new game and I believe a new system fairly soon. Again, you should follow us and join the Discord to find out more about that. Other than that, let's see. Thursdays are going to be a little up in the air. We are taking a hiatus from Elegance and Vigilance. Um, I believe we will. Well, no, I'll wait until. Actually, I don't know. Sita, did Val talk about the Thursday game at all in last night's stream?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, we
Yep.
will be doing inspectors, um, and so we'll be getting started with that soon to fill in for Thursdays. Um, so join us for that. Otherwise, our schedule should be pretty usual, meaning we'll have that on Thursday. Saturday is a double header with the Queer Chronicles of the Strixhaven Quintet in the mornings. That's D&D 5e as they do Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Saturday is going to be the new stuff. Then that takes us around to Mondays, where they do the Dragon Age RPG in Red Jenny. And then that takes us back to Tuesday, where depending on where we are in the bi-weekly rotation, we're either doing this or it's an off week. And yeah, I think that covers everything in terms of the GGK schedule. Um, so let's go around now, I suppose, and say who you are and what you do on the internet, where people can find you, if that's where you want them to be able to find you. Don't dox yourself. Yeah, let's start with our GM, David.
All right. Yeah. You can find me here every other Tuesday night, GM in this game. Yeah, I'm David.
I'm
That's it.
yeah, thank you, David. I'm Alex, OMG it's some guy on the internets, usually here Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then normally on LB's channel on Sundays, but nothing this Sunday. So if you find me on Sunday, I have questions and concerns. Um, but yeah, let's go over to LB next.
Hello, I'm LB Hack'em Up. You find me at LB Hack'em Up on the Twitters, the Mastodons, the everything, the Discords, and the Twitches, where I stream usually Fridays and Sundays with Alex. And we are coming to an end of our D&D game for that, and then we're going to start up an alien game, which I'm super excited for. I get to play the captain, an officer. Everyone gets to call me Sir, which I'm all about. Tonight I am playing Neith. She is a hacker, a mechanic, but right now she's a human and she's super enjoying it. Totally enjoying it.
Realize I always forget to say who I am in this. I am playing Teddy, who is a bunny person, a telepath, a courtesan, and the ship's captain. But thank you, LB. Mecca.
Hello, I am Mecha, or at Mecha_VT on Twitch and at MechaVT on Twitter, where I mostly talk about things mostly Elden Ring related because I love that game and I will never shut up about it. I can't wait for the DLC to come out, but till then I'll just mod it. I mostly stream Elden Ring whenever the hell I feel like it, to be honest, modded or not. And tonight I will be playing Scarra, a humanoid, just a human. He is a human boy. He's a masterful pilot with robot legs, and he can fly.
Thank you. And last but not least, Mr. Sita.
Hi, internet. Yeah, I'm Sita. You can find me at Mr. Wilt on most places. You can find me on Instagram at john.sita. You can, but really the best way to find me is either streaming here every other Tuesday or in the Monday crew in that Red Jenny game that was mentioned. And then just lurking around in various chats and streams. Really looking forward to the new show starting on Saturday, so you guys should come join us there. Tonight, I am playing Mozart. He is a murder robot with an odd sense of humor, a fan of ancient pop culture references, and he's coming around to liking his squishy little buddies. I'll be the one to kill all of you. Don't worry.
We don't quite have this trope going on, but I do love the trope of like the villain becomes protective of the hero. It's like, no, 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 I'm the only one who gets to defeat them.
The fact that we're under a pact right now, if we break a rule, we'll die. It must make you feel pretty much like, hey, wait a second, that's my job.
Yeah, this is true.
All right, thank you, everyone. Let's turn things back over to David to get us started with a recap.
All right. So yes, you have made your way in. I guess it's been a minute. Let's do a broader recap. So there's kind of like a new kind of life form, dangerous alien stuff going on, and you are investigating it. Some kind of creature that can exist within metadimensional space, and it is capable of kind of incorporating any kind of matter that it touches into itself and kind of reproducing its cells that way. Kind of looks like yarn. It kind of can continuously unwind itself, and yeah, you've made your way to a previously unknown system where it has started the process. It's taken over a cruise ship, and it started the process of perhaps taking over an old jump gate. You're not overly worried about that right now, as there's a big fleet coming in, and it seems to be okay with waiting for diplomatic relations and negotiations. So it's kind of content doing what it's doing. You have come to this planet in this previously unknown system to find a diplomat, a couple of diplomats actually, and bring them back for pretty big money, along with kind of having scouted the area and be able to fill in the fleet as it gets here. You've met one other ship that's already made its way here, and they've kind of gotten some survivors, and they're kind of on their way out of the system, so they may be gone by the time the fleet gets here. You have made your way to the planet, which is at about a medieval level of technology. There's sorcery and craziness and warring kingdoms and magical creatures and whatnot. This all seems to be stemming from some kind of experimentation that the Terran Mandate was doing back in the day, of a new way to channel metadimensional energy, a new way to kind of be psychic. And it involved like summoning creatures and stuff. These creatures are called shades. You have met one. He is perhaps some kind of god of trade. or at least that is what kind of he is sort of identified as. Whether or not he's real or he's been created as a part of being summoned, he doesn't even know. But yeah, you've made a deal with this god Ketheract to help find these missing diplomats. He's taking you to where he previously took them for protection. It is Tower of Heaven or Heaven's Tower.
I think it's Tower of Heaven.
Tower of Heaven, yeah. Tower of Heaven. It's an old, half-finished space elevator kind of thing, and about part of the way up, there's a portal to sort of the angelic realm, where Ketheract has taken these survivors for their own protection, and he has been able to get you safe passage to get here, and you're now in the process of trying to gain access to this angelic realm. And I should say that the knights that are kind of protecting this portal, the Knights of Vigilance, as far as you can tell, they have some solid access to tech level 5 stuff. So like pre-screen, so better than what you guys have. And they seem to be able to repair it and maintain it. Yeah. Anything I'm leaving out that's important for the recap?
I think that's mostly it. There was some backstory conversations between Ketheract and Mozart about their origins.
That's right. Both of us talking about being pre-scream and expecting to see each other at like the heat death of the universe and crap. And
Yeah.
Ketheract also wants me to meet someone too, and is being mysterious about it. But
yeah, and the neat little bit that Ketheract, like all shades, or I think like all shades, or at least his brand of shades, have to make contracts and deals. That is their sustenance, so that is why he's been so pushy with us of like, we have to make a trade of value, because otherwise he does not function.
So yeah, that is a good thing that probably should be said. Yeah, all shades are sustained through contracts. The contracts that sustain him are trade, but he mentioned that there are other mandates, which is kind of what the humans in the area are call different kingdoms and groups and stuff like that. Other types of shade that are sustained through like contracts of pain or death. And yeah, that there's a wide variety of the types of contracts that could be made. Yeah, specifically, he must make contracts for trade. And yeah, seems to be like bound by some amount of rules. Like he doesn't totally have free will.
Yep, so certainly an interesting class of creature.
Yeah. All right. So then we pick up in the tower. You've made your way most of the way to the top. And was it Ketheract went to go find
Ketheract
Captain?
asked someone to find Commander Bernardi, and one of the guards went to go get them.
That's right. All right. So then let me get I don't want to put their image on my Roll20 because I'm running out of memory for it, but I will copy an image. I'm going to put it on the Discord. You see this man approaching, not in a suit, but kind of in some kind of nice looking. Looks like pre-scream armor, but it's a little bit lighter weight. It's not like some of the heavy duty stuff you've seen before. At least some of the other knights you've seen have some pretty they have power armor, like straight up space marines. And this guy is kind of it's there, but he's it's kind of hanging out. He's got this going. He's got a kind of a circlet on his head. Not quite a crown, but it looks almost ornamental, at least at first inspection. And he approaches, and in an accent that Mozart, you would clearly place as Earth Mandate, says to you all in Mandate, welcome. What is it I can help you with?
I guess Teddy is still probably the face here. And I guess, did we have any kind of discussion, or do we know if we can drop our facade of oh, we're magical summons while we're here with the knights, or are they more than most going to be xenophobic?
That probably would have come up, before this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Kethrak would let you know that you could drop the facade.
Okay. Good to know. Greetings, Commander Bernardi. I am Teddy. I am the captain of our ship and crew, and we have come to help retrieve some of the refugees from the stars. And Kethrak here has told us that our specific quarries have been brought here for protection.
Yes, Kethrak did bring them here. You're an odd group, for sure. He goes, I only can tell for sure, and he kind of looks towards you, Teddy. He goes, so you're clearly from Zebuth, but where are the rest of you from?
I mean, is it not obvious? Wait, after my voice. I mean, is it not obvious where I'm from?
I mean, you look human.
I am human.
There's a lot of humans.
I'm from Pangaea.
Ah. Okay.
I'm not from Pangaea.
No.
Well, what she said.
All right.
Neith here is in disguise so as not to upset the locals.
Ah. And I mean, obviously, and he points towards Mozart, you're an AI of some sort.
Oh, brilliant deduction there, that.
I imagine it probably is for the locals you've encountered to this point.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Mozart still has his slightly modified frame, so he looks more like an armored knight.
Mm-hmm.
Clunk clunk. Don't want to disturb the locals too much, eh?
Yeah.
Thanks for taking the precautions. It's not necessary here. He goes, I myself have been to other planets. It's been quite some time, but
Well, if we have time, I would be happy to catch you up on current events that you might be curious about, but I trust you'll understand if we would like to see to our mission first.
well, absolutely. I am sworn to, protect the entrance to the realm of angels, yada yada. I have contract with Michael, so I do need to ensure that any kind of entry will, be peaceful.
Looking at the rest of the crew, lingering a bit on Mozart, of I think we can agree to that, though is self-defense allowed should anything happen on the other side?
Well, if it comes to self-defense, then it means the angels have decided to kill you. In which case, sure, go at it. I mean, we'll try and kill you too, but
Gotcha. So, do our best not to upset anyone, at least to the point of violence.
Now, I don't mean to be
yeah,
rude, but when you say angels, what exactly do you mean?
angels, traditional biblical angels.
Well, like, do not be afraid.
I think it's be not afraid.
Look, I don't remember, okay? It's like I didn't focus on the history. I focused on navigational science and how to traverse through the universe, okay?
That's fine. I just remember that book was wild, especially the ending.
I don't remember. I didn't really look, okay.
Yeah.
So
It
do
had
you
a
mean
bit
it
of a
like that, or do you mean like
resurgence.
big wings or something?
Oh, I mean, like they got big wings. Sure. I mean, I don't quite know what you mean by the first one, but yeah.
Like the spinning discs and eyes and all that?
Oh, no, no. More like, here's a real tall, handsome man with wings kind of thing.
Well, that's less fun.
I'm
Might
kind of
be
more okay with that actually.
might be easy on the eyes.
For
Yeah.
you.
But yes, we can all agree to not start any any violence. We will be peaceable unless we need to defend ourselves.
And so the other one I would say is try and behave as morally as you can. It's not necessarily like the Bible morality, right? Like, don't worry about cursing or using the Lord's name in vain or anything like that. These aren't actual angels of the Christian God. But they are concerned with upholding a very rigid morality, I will say.
Okay.
Just follow the
I can
rules
do
and
that.
don't get in shit. I can follow that.
Yeah, you probably won't be here for too long. I would suggest not staying for too long.
I would hope so.
Um,
I personally want to get off of again, it's not nice planet, but it's also kind of
I want my tail back.
gravity isn't what we're used to.
I mean, you could have your tail back here. No one's going to
I know.
be.
I
But we
didn't bring my mask though. I couldn't. I can't.
we didn't bring your legs
Oh.
either.
Yeah. So
Anyway,
nope. Sure.
are we able to go Pleasant and have them bring the ship over here?
I don't
I
think
mean, you
so.
could.
Could we?
Are we able
Oh,
to
didn't we
call our
already do
craft?
that?
I don't
I know we talked about it because, like, to get people out, we didn't want to have to walk them all the way over there.
Yeah, you hadn't done it yet. The idea had been kind of raised, but I don't think there was a decision made.
Yeah, I'm double checking my notes and I see. Um, yeah, we may be able to have Pleasant just come pick us up. Um, yeah, I guess that would be a question for the commander. Of we do have our ship in orbit, and we came down on a transport. Would we be able to bring them both into airspace around the tower, or would that set off defenses?
Well, we're in control of the defenses as long as it's okay with as long as your meeting with with Michael goes well. We don't have an issue with it. We will, ask that you keep weapon systems powered down. If they power up, we will fire upon you.
Sounds reasonable enough.
All right. Who's got the communicator?
I've got a communicator.
She does give me hands.
Not again. Teddy, you can give your communicator. Last time I gave my communicator to Neith, I did not get it back. Until
That
like
was an
much later.
accident. Come in, Pleasant.
Hello.
Hi,
is
it's
this?
Mommy. How are you? I know my voice sounds weird. They turned me into a human.
That's right. I remember the voice now.
Yes. So sweetie, we're at this location. I'll ping it on your thing. Could you bring the ship around? Just park outside and please don't make sure the weapon systems are not powered up. But this is where we are and where we're gonna need a pickup. Just hang out in the ship though.
Absolutely. I'm on my way.
Thank you, sweetheart. I love you.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Hands it back.
Thank you. All right. Well, I guess we're ready to go meet the angels.
Bernardi kind of goes, so it'll just be Michael, to be clear. There's a lot of other shades there that are kind of angelic, and they're kind of more like idealized forms of animals, I guess. There's not a lot of like people, intelligent angels in there.
Okay, so Michael is the human angel then, essentially?
Yes, that you'll be meeting, and the others won't bother you unless sort of the Michael and by extension the realm judges you as evil.
Well, hopefully that won't be a concern.
I think ever since you said you try to be more moral, Mozart is like kind of tuning out the conversation and has loaded up like a little holographic DDR pad. And he's kept the volume kind of respectfully low, but you can just hear in the background like double, triple, you're breaking the game, you know.
Just perfectly executing with like robotic precision.
Oh yeah, his torso is still facing perfectly forward. It's just his legs that are rotating around with the swiveling at the hip.
All right, and yeah, so Captain Bernardi kind of takes you in, and there's an escort of knights kind of come in with you. And so kind of already just going in, going like through this tower, you're already outnumbered. Not by much. Like there's probably just like two more knights than there are you guys. But yeah, they kind of take you up a few more flights of stairs, and they bring you to a door that you go past like a lot of defenses. Like these past few flights of stairs, it's like heavily fortified. Every junction of you see at every like new staircase level. It's like a fortified door with like a turret above it and stuff like that. And yeah, they bring you to this hallway. You go down it. It's manned. It's got people with like heavy weapons like aimed down this hallway, and you get to like a heavily locked, reinforced door. It opens, and you see it's like a normal room until about like 10 feet in. There's just like a floating circle, and it kind of looks like glass on either side of it that kind of like fades into nothing. But through the glass and through the circle, you see like this angelic like cloud city. You see like weird birds flying around and like and weird looking deer prancing around on top of this cloud. And yeah, everything's beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. You see these luscious trees, and it's like someone put a filter over a reality that's just making everything like too colorful.
Man, this place is hard to look at.
Yeah. Um And there's no water.
I mean, there
I
might be
mean,
some in
gosh,
the
it's
clouds.
so pretty.
I mean, the clouds are made out of water, so
Well,
just condensed water and air. So,
most clouds that
Yeah.
we know of, who knows how these clouds function?
And you can totally swim in them, and because that's what I meant. So
I mean, you could probably like stick your face in there and get moisture on you or something. I don't know.
moisturize me.
I'm not Doctor Whoing you. I understood that reference.
I think we'd have to revoke your citizenship if you didn't. Isn't that how it works?
No, only because of where you live. Only Torchwood. If you haven't seen Torchwood,
I have seen Torchwood.
good.
I have, but it's been ages. I don't
I've
remember
seen
what you're talking about.
I think the Moisturize Me was
no Moisturize Me
Doctor
is from
Who.
Doctor Who season 9.
I know, but where you live?
Oh,
Yeah,
the ninth Doctor. Sorry, I should specify.
Yes.
It was
And the
him
10th. Yeah,
and the 10th. Yeah, and the 10th. Yeah.
Yeah, in the hospital with all the cat people.
Mm-hmm. Moisturize me.
Moisturize me.
That's when she took over Rose's body.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
She kissed the doctor.
She did.
I forgot about. Okay, now.
And his response was, "Yep, still got it." Walked away. All right. Anyways, Doctor Who tangent over. I've been watching. I'm on like almost on season 4 now. But anyways, go on.
All right. So yeah, there's this kind of circle. It's clearly like you could step through it and step onto these clouds.
Just before we go through turning to Commander Bernardi, just any advice for how to converse with Michael, other than stay moral?
Be honest and straightforward. They'll respect it. You're here under peace. You're a guest. I think as long as you don't do anything overtly evil, you should be fine.
I hope that your definitions of evil are the same as ours.
Also,
his are pretty the same as basic human definitions of evil. Goes to the whole thing of like, did Michael exist before he was summoned, or did he exist as an extension of us summoning? Did we summon this kind of angel to be here? How did it work? Okay. But yeah, he's pretty human morality system.
It's more because the universe is a cruel place, and definitions of good and evil kind of go to the wind sometimes. Just like live for yourself.
Profound.
I know, deep.
Yeah. Can we go now?
That was me, Becca, talking.
Oh.
Scarra.
One last distraction because it's been bugging me. Are the knights also dwarf-like? Because we talked about like some of the locals because of the gravity are all like shorter in stature and stockier. Are the knights here also that, or are they more like old school human?
So once you got into the tower, you started seeing a bit of a mix. Most of them are dwarf-like, but Bernardi and like the guards that are with you are not. They look old school human. They've clearly been genetically modified as well, but seems to have been done after their birth.
Okay. Gotcha. That just helps with the mental images.
Yeah. Yeah, and then a lot of them are going to be hard to know one way or the other as well, because they'll be in power armor, and that's
are
who
they
knows how
dwarfs
tall
on
they actually
stilts
are.
or?
Yeah.
All right.
Has the gravity eased up any amount as we've come into the Tower of Heaven?
Not in the tower, no.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah. Teddy looks at everyone else and, well, allons-y.
Avante.
All right. As you all step through this portal into the realm of angels, yeah, you find firm footing on the clouds. The gravity seems to, kind of lighten up. Seems to be appropriate to what you want gravity to be. And what? Where's my? No, not that. And yeah, Neith, you find that it's almost as if you're swimming.
Oh. Okay. Wait. No, we're coming back. This is nice. Anyone else get that feeling?
Since I was born on the moon, do I get moonlight gravity?
Yeah.
That's my most comfortable feeling.
Oh. Oh, she kind of does a shimmy, like stretching her spine out a little bit.
I give a bit of a hop and be like, "Ooh." Stay in the air for like a few extra seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So to an outside observer, it would look very odd as you all walk with different levels of gravity, whatever is most comfortable to you. Neith almost looking like she's underwater with like hair kind of going
Ah.
places. And yeah, like you probably could swim. Like if you really wanted to, you could probably start swimming around.
Oh. I love this.
And
do
yeah,
they know how to use their human legs to swim?
No.
It's either
She would
going
just
to
do the mermaid thing, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's either the
Like I
mermaid
did
thing
as a
or
child.
she is just like super awkward and flailing in
Yeah.
her human body. Well, I guess let's keep an eye out for Michael. Assuming there isn't just like suddenly an angel in front of us to greet us.
no. So yeah, as you get into like through the portal, you see kind of behind you, you see kind of that glass and you can kind of see into the room that you just left, but then it kind of fades away and you see little splotches here and there, like just kind of in the sky that you can kind of see into the world you were just from. It doesn't seem very like continuous or cohesive. It's just kind of like this is where the barrier is thin and you can kind of see between realms.
Wow, if I wasn't in some kind of death contract, this would be very pretty.
Did Kethract come through with us, or did he stay in the tower?
He probably would come through with you because he would wait until you get to the people because then the contract is done.
Fair, yeah.
Isn't it technically only done once we give him the power cells?
Well, that's true, but his part of the contract is done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah, after that, he's good. He's, he doesn't have to worry about doing anything to F up and killing himself.
Yep.
It's fine.
It'll be
This is fine.
There aren't going to be any issues. We're just going to get the people and we'll go home and everyone's going to be happy.
Mozart is trying really hard to ignore everything and is just watching Hellraiser on a little holographic screen in front of him. A little bit too loud.
Mm-hmm. It's probably weird with the like standard filter of reality of the colors being too intense to watch.
It's like lens flares just keep blinding into her
high.
eye.
Yeah. It's so dark you can't see anything.
Anytime there's any light, it's just like, God, my eyes.
So
blind
yeah.
one of the angels.
You see kind of off in the distance the clouds, like it's kind of like more like a naturescape right now. It is just like a cloud, but you see where like the deer or whatnot are stepping, they'll lean down and it'll like become grass and they eat the grass and there's trees and stuff like that. You see off in the distance there is kind of a angelic looking city, with kind of like a castle of sorts at its center. And Captain Bernardi goes, "Well, that's where we're going. It won't be a long walk. But if there's any questions along the way, feel free to ask."
You have been to other worlds, as you said.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Um, why is for the people? How much does this group, I'll call you, interact with the people who were from here? Because it seems like they have a very negative reaction to people from the stars,
Hmm.
as
Well,
opposed to this group who doesn't seem to be.
the squires interact with the world pretty regularly. Once you're a full knight, you are constrained to the tower, so you don't leave the tower after your knighthood. So you kind of stop interacting with the outside world outside of when people like yourself come in or when squires come in or whatnot. Um, but a lot of people make pilgrimages here. It's a good place to get healing, things like that. You're able to gain, an audience with Michael or one of the other angels. Usually Michael, though.
Hmm.
And he goes, "How about you all? You're new. It's been a while since we've had anyone from another world here. Quite a while, I'd say."
Yes. Well, I don't know how much you are aware of the situation just out in orbit, but a large cruise ship of civilians was attacked in metadimensional space by a new alien entity. And so some of them escaped and have made it to the planet, and there is a large fleet coming to rescue them and figure out what to do about this new alien.
Interesting. So you're saying Castra is about to be back on the map then.
Yes.
Probably.
All right. Thank you for saying. How
Have you?
Go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt, but have you come across this new alien life form that we mentioned?
No, if it recently got here, I wouldn't have come across it. I have heard about the escape shuttles. We have sent out a couple of teams of squires to go try and find some. There's some nearby. We heard about them from Ketherek as he bought the survivors here from the crash that you're looking for. But yeah, it's how you say this alien entity is in orbit.
Yes. Yeah, it has the peculiar ability to kind of fuse with and absorb just about any matter it can come into contact with, including people. We have seen rather horrific video of it consuming people, but then not quite being dead from the process. And it is currently attempting to rebuild the jump gate out in space, but it also wishes to establish diplomatic relations with the spacefaring community.
Well, that's terrifying. The jump gate never was completed, so there's at least that. The scream happened before it was built. But okay, well, we'll have to be on high alert. Sadly, our scanning range doesn't extend that far.
So we may be able to share some data, though in some senses your technology is far more advanced than ours.
I noticed that. Yeah, taking a bit of a step back, I see.
Yes. Well, psychics are much fewer and farther between these days.
Yes, yeah, that is, I can imagine. The technology we were using here, it helps a user learn through the interface of it. So psychics never exactly went away here. Obviously, all the ones that were present during the time of the screen died, but they were fairly quickly replenished.
No tears, please. It's a waste of good suffering. Oh, right, sorry. Turn that down just a little bit here.
If we have time, I might be interested to take a look at some for telepaths, as I have some ability in that myself.
So it doesn't quite work that way, but we'll let you know. Yeah, it's odd.
Right?
Um, yeah, yeah. If there's time, and obviously, assuming that you all are on the good side of Michael when this is all done.
Here's hoping we
We
are.
can only hope.
I don't like exactly making enemies out of nowhere. It's always better to make a friend than an enemy.
Exactly. He looks to you, Mozart, and he goes, "It has been a while, but I goes, I think I remember that movie. It's an interesting choice. I like I like the humor of it.
Right, we have such great sights to show you.
Really?
It's another. Forget about it.
I said it's been a while.
Yeah. You are a bit older than you look there, eh, chap?
Just a tad, yeah.
Unfortunately, not everybody's memories is as perfect as yours, Mozart.
Throughout this conversation, you're moving relatively quickly. You're moving kind of through the landscape faster than you would anticipate, given how quickly you feel like you're walking. And yeah, you're pretty much there, unless there's any other conversation or scene someone would like to have before they reach the castle.
I think Mozart would poke Cataract a little bit, and say kind of quietly, "Right, the Twilight Sparkle. This chap you want me to meet with, yeah."
Cataract would say that they are not here at the moment. They
Hmm.
could be made to be here, but it likely would not go well.
Oh, right. Okay. All right. Well, you've got my interest now. We'll keep it on the hush hush for now, eh? I think Cataract wants me to meet the devil. That sounds fun.
All right.
Does the ship arrive with Neith's body, technically?
Oh,
The
the
legs
legs
and the
and
mask.
stuff.
Yes.
So there, you don't know. As you walked through the portal, the entryway, communication with the outside world shut off.
Okay.
All right. So you easily climb the many steps of this castle, um, and uh, as you kind of go through these huge ornate golden gates and doors, you find yourselves in a throne room. And standing a good maybe like 20 feet in front of the throne, you see like this enormous, like 15-foot tall man with huge white wings, dressed in what looks to be kind of like plate armor, kind of like Roman style. So like the skirt and stuff, and yeah, very very traditionally handsome. Mediterranean man. It's kind of blonde hair for no reason.
Just thinking about Teddy being 5 foot nothing and him being tall with a skirt. Teddy is very carefully maintaining uh, his eye line so as not to possibly offend Michael. Assuming that's who this is.
And yeah, he's kind of standing there. He's got like a huge sword that he's resting his hands on, and he as you approach, he kind of puts the sword in like a holster. What do you was he sheathes the sword on his back? There we go. And he looks to you all and I see Ketheract has bought more outsiders. Am I to protect these as well?
Actually, we have come to hopefully reclaim the outsiders. We are on a mission from a collective government. Well, specifically, we've been hired by one government, but there is a coalition coming to investigate the circumstances happening in the vicinity of this planet, and part of that includes rescuing the refugees who have arrived here.
All right. Give me what is it in this game? It's been so long. Yeah, give me a talk check.
Okay. That's a 12.
Oh, that's really good. All right. Kind of smiles. But the smile is a little bit there's especially for you, Teddy, it's easy to see other people if they want to notice it could roll, but um, there's kind of like an underlying sadness in the smile, and he says, "As Ketheract surely would have told you, I will be unable to relinquish them to your custody."
Looking at Ketheract.
Goodness.
Ketheract goes, Ketheract is sure that these fine individuals will be able to take up your charge. Michael, surely you would be able to release them to their custody. And Michael kind of gets a kind of a frustrated kind of smile. Goes, the contract that was made was to protect them here in the city. There was no ending stipulations.
Is it possible for us to at least meet with the individuals and see if they would be willing to come with us, alter the terms of the contract? I understand that may be difficult, but I would hope that if all parties involved consented to it, there might be some leeway.
Yeah, you've already rolled a successful talk check. Yes, that would be allowed. I'm sure we will be able to work something out. And he's kind of giving Ketheract kind of like a death glare. And he says, "Come, take my hand," and he holds down this like massive hand for everyone to like touch.
Way too fast, Neith puts her hand on his. And if you look at her, she's like kind of like, there's a little bit of blush. And she's just like eye contact with this person.
Cautiously putting a hand on arm, but very cautiously, like barely touching it.
Yeah,
In his head, he's like, I can't wait to be teleported and I hate it.
I imagine out of all places, this realm probably has the most pleasant teleportation, but we'll see. Yeah, Teddy takes the hand.
I think Mozart hesitates a second. He like quarter turns and he kind of like scuffs his big metal foot against the ground and he goes, "Right, I've never gone through so much effort to keep some bone bags alive."
I think Bernardi will grab, will reach up to touch the hand as well, and so will Cataract. And I suppose Erstwhile is there as well.
And Diego, right?
And Diego, yeah. I forgot
we have so
Diego
many
with you.
people.
Yeah. So yeah, Diego touches. There's a bit of a reaction to Diego touching his hand. I think, without rolls, I think probably most people wouldn't notice. Teddy, you notice the reaction, but I think we'll need a notice to kind of read more into it.
I'll roll a notice.
Yeah.
One of the other things.
That's also a pretty good roll. That's an 11.
10.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you would both notice. It's almost like he flinches at Diego's touch. He didn't with Mozart's, I will say.
Interesting.
And yeah, as everyone who's going to go, touches his hand, you just suddenly find yourself in another room. There isn't like any sensation. And in a way, it's even more disorienting that you're just somewhere else. But yeah, you're in like kind of like this large common area. And you see some humans here. And they kind of like are surprised. And woman, let's see. Let's get get a picture. Yeah, should be wearing the glasses. Here we go. Copy image. I'll just put it in Discord again. Kind of approaches you. What time is it? Oh, it's about no, we got 30 minutes before we would take a break. It's been so long.
Yeah. Got some time.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Doctor Who, or no, is that Doctor Who or is that Battlestar?
That is not
Battlestar.
Doctor Who. That's definitely Battlestar.
Okay. Just my first thought was like Donna Noble, but no, now I see the differences. It is the president from Battlestar Galactica. So dark red or auburn hair. I don't actually know what that color is called. Oval glasses. Middle-aged.
All right. Yeah, she kind of steps forward and says, "Hello, Michael. Who are our guests?" And he kind of says, "They've come to secure your freedom, which will be difficult, but they hope to meet with you and talk to you. I will leave you all to talk without my interference. Ketheract, I would have you come with me so we could discuss further." And Ketheract kind of does like a flourish and a bow and says, "But of course, Michael." And they both teleport out of the room.
I cannot distress how much, no matter what kind of teleportation is happening to me, I hate it. If it's instant or if it's like a slow thing, why? Why do we keep teleporting?
Because it's convenient.
Wait, how did we get here? What just happened?
We may need to discuss that experience later. But
Is it warm? Is it hot in here? Holy shit.
Teddy will turn towards the woman. Greetings, I am Teddy. I am the captain of this crew, and we have been hired by the Minervan government to come and investigate the Oasis of the Stars and help commence rescue efforts.
She looks to someone else in the room and she goes, "Go get Senator Augustus." She says, "I'm Laura Roslin. I was visiting a representative from Minerva when this all started. So thank you very much for coming to help us. Did Michael say why this would be difficult? If you're here to rescue us, I think we would all, I mean, it's been absolutely wonderful here, but I don't think anyone would wish to remain."
Apparently, the contract to protect you all did not have an ending stipulation, and specifically to protect you all within this city. And these entities are metaphysically bound by their contracts, and so figuring out how to satisfy the conditions and also get you all to leave the city seems to be the sticking point. He seems to think it may still be possible, but we will need to figure things out.
Interesting.
Right, I don't see why that's not just Waluigi's problem.
Who?
Luigi Michael or Ketheract?
Purple, it's the joke. God, get it. We need to watch more cartoons when we get back to the ship, eh?
Is that a cartoon? I
Uh,
feel like I recognize that name. I don't think I do. It's fine.
Yeah, so you meet Laura Roslin. I don't have a picture for Senator Aurora Augustus. She's an elderly Greek woman in a toga. So I don't want to search for those things on Google.
Fair enough.
And yeah, there's 10 other people from kind of the cluster of planets here. I haven't bothered to necessarily make them, but
Okay, so there are about a dozen survivors in this group total?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they seem to have packed on a couple extra people, as normally the escape pod would only take 10.
Greetings, Senator. We've been tasked by your Emperor to come and begin rescue efforts.
Oh, thank goodness. Is there anything we can do to help, or
Unclear. As I was just explaining to Miss Roslyn here, that the contract made with Michael to keep you all safe does not have an ending stipulation. And so getting you all actually out of the city without breaking that contract may be difficult.
she kind of like sits down and like kind of slumps. She's like, I hadn't thought of that. When we made the initial contract, we didn't understand quite the rules. It seemed straightforward enough at the time. It seemed more like just a regular agreement.
What were the exact words that you used, if you remember?
So the contract was largely made between Ketheract and Michael, with our involvement. Ketheract's ask was simply that Michael keep us safe here within the city.
Might I ask what Michael asked for in return?
Nothing.
They might be fulfilled by doing good and protecting people.
Well, that's just it. Ketheract asked for something from Michael, so that was the stipulation, and Ketheract was given a sword.
I think he has been making good use of the sword. But suppose until they figure out what to do, we will let you know what's going on and do a quick head count, because we were here to rescue you, and also like checks our data pad or whatever and sees if the other diplomat is among this group.
So yeah, the other diplomat is Laura Roslin.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah, so all in, if you get names from everybody and everything, all in, just from the bounties alone, you'd get, with these 12 people, you get 1,800,000.
Yes.
Captain, is there a way do you think it would be worth trying to make another deal to try and get these people out of here?
That may be,
and ourselves, obviously.
That may be what we need to do.
Because I don't think I particularly want to piss off Angels, especially with their familiar. But we're in their home turf, and who knows if we're even able to get around without the teleportation stuff that they have.
Right.
I'd advise against making another one with Darkwing douchebag, though.
Yes.
Would you guys be talking within earshot of Bernardi, who is still in the building, or would you be away from him for this conversation?
Most of it, if there's, this conversation, maybe we are talking in hushed tones a little to the side.
I didn't realize that Bernardo was still in the room.
Yeah, he didn't leave with Michael and Ketheract.
What should we deal, though? What would be something that we can give that they would be like of equal value? I mean, we want to try and see if we can deal it that so they can be involved with the things happening in their orbit.
I think Mozart is standing slightly behind Scarra, and he makes eye contact with Teddy and just points down at Scarra.
You see just like one of Teddy's ears twitches, but aside from that, he does not make a reaction.
It's gonna fly you out of here, huh?
Pleasant.
Yeah, you can't do spike drives though.
But no, I worry that it may come to making a new contract, but also I think perhaps we should let the Shades discuss it amongst themselves first, as they are the experts, and see what conclusions they come to. We may be talking out of our asses if we start coming up with plans that have no hope of working.
It didn't seem that he was too happy with Kethrak. To be honest, when it seemed like they were getting pulled away, it seemed like Kethrak was gonna, be beaten around or something. I imagine. I'm gonna turn her towards the. I don't want to call them hostages, but they can't leave. So, how are the conditions here?
They're
Are you
Tom,
being treated
Hank, and
well?
Terminal. We need a phrase for that.
Would you like an eat to bite?
I have not seen that movie in a while.
Eat to bite, bite to eat, bite to eat, bite to eat.
I don't think I've ever seen that movie. I know exactly the movie you're talking about.
Yeah, because it's, God, how old is that movie? Early 2000s or something? Basically, Tom Hanks is from some, like, Eastern European country on a flight to America, but mid-flight, the country goes through a civil war, so his passport is invalidated, and so he's not a citizen of anywhere and has to live in the airport terminal and,
For like a year or something or longer. It's
Mhm.
crazy.
Yeah, dramatic and heartwarming hijinks ensue.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Not necessarily a bad comparison to the what they're stuck here.
Mm-hmm.
Um
I'm
yeah,
just
so
checking
they
on the conditions of them and all that, making sure they're
check on the
okay.
conditions. Yeah, Senator Augustus would kind of say it's wonderful. I mean, it seems very much like heaven. Your needs are met almost before you realize you have the need.
But you do want to leave, right?
Yes, of course. I
Making
mean,
sure.
it's nice, but we all have lives to get back to.
Yes, you do. We will try and figure something out so you can leave, but hopefully without conflict. What do I know? I'm a pilot.
Well, we thank you, and in anything that we can help with negotiations as well, any part of the deal, we'd be happy.
I imagine it will count for something that you all express your willingness and desire to leave, but we'll have to see what the shades say about contracts and their conditions. And I imagine as we are now discussing with the civilians that this may be loud enough again for Bernardi to overhear.
Yeah, I think at that he'll kind of like come in and say, "Yeah, it's kind of yeah, it's you all don't have much experience with Cataract, do you?"
Oh, and we
Obviously,
met him when we found their escape pod.
he'll have something in mind. He knows how to get them all out. This
You've
wasn't an
dealt
oversight.
you've dealt with Cataract before. What is what are they like? Like other than obviously the obvious things, what are they actually like? As
Pretty
over the time you've
straightforward.
known them.
I mean, plans upon plans to an extent, but you know, kind of what you see is what you get.
Somebody who lived before the Scream,
Yeah,
to a degree.
I mean, basically all of the shades were either
Including,
created before the Scream or when the Scream happened.
including Michael.
Yeah, Michael was here before the Scream.
Give Mozart a side eye. I know how he feels about that.
Well, what about you then?
Yeah, I was part of the research team.
Mm.
So you helped create the shades?
I helped summon Michael. Whether or not we created him, we never found those answers. I wasn't a psychic at the time.
You are now, though.
Yes, as I said, the devices we made are quite intuitive.
So wait, you can make non-psych. Isn't that like incredibly dangerous?
Would be without the device.
So the device stops you from going insane when you use your psychic powers?
Well, yes, in much the same way that psychics are trained to keep themselves from going insane when using psychic powers. The device kind of helps with that.
It's all, much beyond my comprehension.
Basically, the device helps channel and direct the powers, the metadimensional energy, so that we don't have to burn up the brain to do it. It makes neural connections. And so when the scream happens, the
it's like having
psychics that were
a bunch of
here
power
did go
inside of a
insane.
It's like having a bunch of power inside of a ship, but if you remove the hull, then the power will just go loose and probably kill somebody. Luckily, you have the hull to keep you contained.
Yeah, to an extent. Yeah, I mean, if you removed the device, we wouldn't be able to have the power at all, anyways. But yeah, metaphor apt enough. But yes, to answer the question, yes, I was here before the screen. Many of us were. Many of the original Knights of Vigilance.
Is that when you traveled the universe?
Before the Scream is when I traveled. Since then, since I became one of the Knights of Vigilance, I haven't left this tower.
Is there a particular reason for that?
Part of the contract that's kept me alive. I and the other knights have a contract with Michael. We cannot leave the tower, but we do not age.
I suppose that explains why you haven't even, stepped outside. Or are there balconies on the tower that you can go out onto, or just you have not you've not been out in direct sunlight since then?
There's windows and things, and yes, open air areas, but for the most part, we stay inside. And yeah, that's why the squires kind of go out and do what they need to do. That's why you'll see most of the knights are on the other side of middle aged. Anyways, I wouldn't worry. I imagine Kethoract will. I've been privy to many dealings with Kethoract over the years.
Well, as part of our contract to bring us here, he wants some power cells to be able to power the escape pod that he found them all in.
Interesting. What kind of would he be able to break orbit with the escape pod?
Would he be able to?
Not without some modifications, I would say.
So not, just on its own, but who knows what else he will be able to do, and especially if any of the coalition gets in contact with him, I am sure he will try and strike a bargain with them.
Interesting. All right. Well, he's up to something. I don't know what it is, but not hard to imagine considering that it's the first time in 600 years that getting off planet is a possibility.
Right, lumpy space princess. Oh, all right, that one's got a stick. That's the one.
What are you
It's an
talking
old
about
cartoon.
me? Oh. Okay.
Right, he does. He's a bit like what he's just annoying. Just I think that
Well,
one's gonna stick.
What's wrong
Well,
with
that-
princesses? Not all princesses are annoying.
Hold on. I haven't done this in a few weeks. God, no file not found. I can't use that accent right now.
That's fine. That's fine.
And he says, "Don't worry about it. We'll watch it when we get back. You're gonna love this show. It's all about the end of the world. Almost all humans have died. It's great."
Oh.
I mean, Neith, you say that like you've met many princesses in your life. I mean, I don't think I've ever met a single princess in my life, to be honest, or any royalty.
Wait,
They don't really-
Yeah.
But we
You're
met
not one?
an emperor.
I mean, yeah, I know the shining red hair really shows off that I'm like, oh, I guess, oh yeah, we met the emperor. Apart from him, I don't count him.
Yeah.
He became an emperor for studies and stuff. He was been an emperor for like 2 weeks.
I mean, yes, I have met princesses before, and most of them are very pleasant to be around. Thank you.
In like from what I don't really know many noble types. I didn't really work around that many type of people, but is there not like in that kind of society and world a face you present to be nice, and there's also a face you present by yourself, screaming behind your eyes, being like, I don't want to talk to you? Is that not a thing in that kind of world? I assumed it was.
Depends on the
There's
royalty.
there's a bit of 100-yard stare from Neith for a moment, and then just like, not always, but sometimes, yes.
Not that it's important. We don't have any princesses around here after all.
All right. I think
When's Michael
think-
coming back?
yeah, at the awkward pause at the end of that, Michael and Ketherect reappear. And Ketherect kind of steps forward and says, Ketherect is pleased to announce that it is believed that there is a solution to this problem.
Oh, we are all ears.
So Michael steps forward. He goes, you would first have to swear to me and enter into a contract that you would do your utmost to protect them outside of the city.
I think that's something we can agree to, yes.
He goes, so that will ease my concerns. And after that, it's a bit of a loophole, which I'm not a large fan of. It goes a bit against my existence to allow, but it is within the realm of my capability to grant. We will need a fruit from the tree of life.
Right, easy. No problem there. Righty.
What is
Righty?
the tree of life?
The tree of life is a tree within the divine realm.
So like up here, or
No, this is the angelic realm. So it is created and guarded and maintained by Cernunnos, and god of life. And yes, we will need a fruit from it.
it's guarded. So that means if we take it, we'll be under ire from them.
Potentially. That is something that I will bow out of the discussion of. When you come back with the fruit, you will swear the new contract, and I will be allowed to let them leave.
Smacks Neith on the back of the head.
How you get the fruit, I would encourage to be done peacefully. Cernunnos is a reasonable god, but I am not in control of you. You do have your own wills. and I do not think I need to be present for any kind of planning that comes about it, in case I would not agree. Again, this is pushing, and he looks towards Ketharak, the bounds of what I am able to grant. But I think it is the only way that true good can be done in this situation. And he just disappears.
Well, I guess we're
I
stuck
was
here. We
about to-
can't teleport back out now.
Bernardo, how do we leave this place?
Because this is just a building. You can just walk out and just walk out the way we came in. I'll be able to escort you back.
In the door this entire
This
time.
is called a building. It's like an outside place, but there are walls and a ceiling around it.
Wow. Bernardo, we never actually got an answer on where the Divine Realm is.
Oh, that'll be something that are, and he looks towards Ketharak. He goes, a shade from the Divine Realm could probably help with.
Right.
And Ketharak bows deeply and says, Ketharak would be most pleased to help you get there.
You guys ever play games where you feel like you're doing like one big escort quest and then hate it throughout the entire thing as you're doing it and just want to go back to just like whatever you were doing before? Yeah, me too.
Ketharak,
I just
Ketharak
pushed the
will not
escort
follow
off a
you.
cliff.
Ketharak will not follow you to the Divine Realm. He will simply allow you access, as Ketharak and Cernunnos do not get along very well. None of the
I'm sorry.
Divine Shades do. Go ahead. Yes.
I think I blacked out a little bit. What are we doing?
We need to go acquire a fruit from Catharak's home.
Oh.
I mean, maybe there's bargaining that we could do.
Okay.
So
Well,
Ketharak
you
would
know.
be more than happy to create a gateway to the Divine Realm so that you
Oh,
may
okay.
enter it and retrieve the fruit. The gateway shall remain open to you as long as it is necessary. He would
Yeah, but-
only need a seed from the fruit as payment.
Do we need to return the fruit undamaged and whole to Michael to fulfill that contract, or will it be okay if he gets a fruit missing one seed?
Or like, say, a smoothie.
Ketharak would ask that you bring the fruit whole, but in the process of what it is needed for, a seed will be able to be granted to Ketharak. But as you will be the ones bringing the fruit here, it will be your right to distribute its contents.
I have a question. What are the properties? Like, what is this? I assume it's not just a fruit. I assume it does some magical stuff.
Wait, before you answer that, we might not want to know that because that would be more tempting for us to just take more.
Oh, that's exactly why I'm asking.
Fair. Okay.
Look, Scarra is a businessman. He needs a way to make money. Even though we're doing a job to make money right now. Are you at liberty to share?
Would not share this information, not for free.
What do you want in offer?
Perhaps another. What do you offer in trade?
Careful, Scarra.
What would I even have to give? Because my information is kind of limited to my section of the universe.
Ketharak understands that you have many valuable pieces of technology in your possession.
Me? On me personally, not my crew. The crew that I'm a part of. Of course, not my crew, it's Teddy's crew. Captain,
Do you have
sorry.
no pieces of technology that could be traded for this information?
You want mechanical
He's
feet?
got legs.
I am not giving my legs away. Fuck you, cat.
Don't worry. I'll just carry you on my back.
That leaves the
Like a
point
little-
of me being able to fly.
Like a little Scarra, Bjorn.
I don't want to have real legs. I like the robot legs.
I could
I wanna
feed you a
lose them again.
baba. You could
You
have
know what?
snackies.
I'm good. Maybe I'll just find it out by eating one.
Or doing that could, do irreparable, unspeakable, horrific damage to you.
Shh.
Maybe.
A boy's got to learn the hard way, okay? Let him learn his lessons.
Gives a death glare to Mozart.
Tesseract would say that the fruit of the tree of life contains and directs very interesting metadimensional energies that are
Never
quite
mind, I'm
useful.
good. I don't need to eat any of that.
Tesseract wonders how you thought the magic of this realm was done.
I don't derive my brain into thinking about the weird psychic bullshit that goes on. I just think it's magic.
Mud shells.
If you weren't so much stronger than me, I would shoot you right now.
Right, that's how
All
that
right,
works.
we're not. No violence. Remember, no violence. Hell, let's take it down. Let's take it down. Teddy, come on. Why am I the voice of reason here?
Is the proposed deal acceptable? Are you able to enter into a new contract with Tesseract?
Just quickly conferring with everyone. Okay.
So the exact things are, he will open a portal for us.
And keep it open for us.
And when we return, we need to give Michael the fruit, but maybe extract the seed from it and give it to Tesseract.
That
Correct?
seems to be the long and short of it.
Does Michael want the whole fruit without any of the seeds missing? Is the next question.
Tesseract said that we would be able to fulfill both, giving the fruit to Michael and the seed to him.
Tesseract. I have to ask in specifics here. I know I'm speaking a lot, so I apologize to a degree. But does Michael want the whole fruit with no seeds missing? Is that something he asked for?
That is not something that Michael has asked for. Michael does not require all the seeds for what the plan is.
In that case, I think it's fine.
So I do think this is going to be the best way for us to complete our objective here overall. There are no objections from the crew.
All right.
Right, why not feed into the machinations of a couple of elder beings just so we can save a handful of bone bags, of which there are uncountless trillions across the galaxy.
1 million.
I'm for it.
Not 1 million credits, though.
Maybe you are smarter than I thought, lad.
Look, if
I'm
these...
in.
I'm just going to whisper to Mozart, being like, if these people were worth nothing, I would be out of this rock right now.
Pat, pat, pat.
All right. Tesseract will kind of draw out a new circle to make the deal with. And again, there's the, you gotta prick yourself and bleed. And assuming everyone goes along with it, the new contract is made. And I think we can take our break and start back up with the portal being opened.
Yep. All right. I am focusing on too many things at once. I was trying to finish notes and get ready to do this, and I looked back and it was just complete gibberish. Anyway, we are going to take a quick break here, refresh ourselves, refresh snacks, beverages, take meds, stretch, etc., all that good stuff. We will be back real soon, so don't go anywhere. Hello, Internet. We are back from our break. It's a Tuesday break. You should know what you're expecting at this point. Anyway, we have made a new contract and are gonna go get us some fruit.
Yes. All right. So yeah, you follow Tesseract. He takes you to a doorway and he pulls out a key and he puts it in the lock and and opens it. You're not sure if there was a lock on the door before, but there is now. He opens it, and you, on the other side of it, you see this kind of like almost like a dense rainforest. And he kind of says, Kitharact has opened the portal for you. The Tree of Life will be quite noticeable.
Right, do we need to keep our eyes out for any serpents then?
Kitharact would be wary of any animals you encounter, especially once your intentions are clear.
Right.
What does this guardian look like?
Kernunos, he is large with horns. Is a man mostly wearing furs.
Thank you.
All right. And I assume this portal stays in a fixed space. It's not going to be there when we need it. It's like specifically, it's not going to just magic, suddenly appear. We need to make our way back through to it.
Correct. Kitharact will keep the portal open. He will close the door, but it will open for you when you open it.
If we get a board and attach the portal on the other side to the board, could we take the portal around with us?
I think you might be trying to overthink this, Scarra.
I'm just trying to, safety precautions. If we can just have the portal with us.
The portal will remain where it is. Kitharact's powers do not extend that far into Kernunos' domain.
Fair enough. Well, thank you.
All right.
I tried.
Well, we should get going. I don't know if there's daylight to waste, but you know the expression.
All right. So you all step through. The sort of perfect temperature of the angelic realm is replaced with a thick, muggy humidity, warm temperatures. You're immediately feeling a sweat on your brow, and you step into, it's kind of a rainforest. It's kind of boggy. There's, you're kind of sloshing into the ground. And just sounds of life everywhere.
Why am I producing water?
Oh, that's sweat. It's how humans stay cool.
I feel hot though.
You would be hotter without it, and now I have to figure out, does Teddy sweat, or how does he stay cool? I don't know enough about how bunnies keep themselves cool.
They pant?
I think they pant, yeah.
Teddy just away.
Yeah.
Why do you,
and their
Neith,
ears keep them cool.
Why do you think I asked you to install coolers into the legs when you built them? Because
I thought you meant like to keep the legs from overheating. That's what I installed.
Well, yeah, that too, but also when you're in a hot environment, my legs sweating onto the materials wouldn't exactly help, so keeps me cool.
Oh.
Gross.
Yeah. Not ideal. It's fine.
No, it's fine. I mean, do you need like a fan? I don't have one.
Okay. Well, then I'm fine. Thanks.
If that's something you all wanted, you could relatively easily grab like a large leaf off of one of these trees that's, like bigger than your head kind of thing, and be fanning yourselves with it.
Mozart, do you mind?
Right, technically I can't smell. However, I am capable of picking up the particles that are coming off your all's bodies. So in this one instance, yes. Blind, yes.
gotten carried, fanned. This is great.
Human experience for you is great.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not so great, but still pretty good.
Why aren't all
Mhm.
humans, pampered like this?
Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, Teddy does this for all humans, right?
You're getting your princess treatment right now.
How unusual.
Mhm.
All right. Oh my goodness. Something in my eye. All right. You've
Been fine round announcements.
so yeah, you're in this kind of boggy rainforest kind of situation. There's pretty much plants and animals wherever you look. It's pretty dense. So we will need some kind of check to help kind of navigate the area.
What if I just fly above the tree line? And
Yeah, you could do that if you want.
do you guys think that's a good idea?
As long as there aren't,
Yes.
giant flying things that can, eat you out of the sky.
Well, if any of those things happen now, be sure to scream for help. I'm
Diego
gonna
will kind of say in Spanish and have his thing translate. If any of those things happen, how would we help you?
Mozart could pull out his giant Gatling guns and shoot them at the sky.
I certainly could.
And you will. Right? If I get hurt. You said you wanted to kill me, not the birds.
Physically.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Don't. Oh, fine. None of you are letting me have any fun.
Negotiator,
Yep.
that's me.
You'll get to kill other things.
Okay. I'll fly above
promise?
the tree lines.
All right.
And then notice check, I guess.
Yeah, give me a notice check.
Okay. Notice. Wisdom, I assume.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Damn. 7.
7. Good enough for this. The tree of life is quite obvious as you get up above the tree line. It's taller than the rest, and you see these absolutely enormous fruit. You're probably, like a couple miles away from it still, and you can still just you can pick out fruit on it.
Well, I fly back down. I'm like, well, I see the fruit, and I see the tree. It is that way. Did I see any other creatures around it? With a 7? I don't know.
Let's see. So yeah, you see a lot of creatures while you're up there. You see giant, flying weird animals and stuff. None of them are exactly like. So what I will say is, like, as you notice animals, none of them are like normal animals. It's more it's more like, Avatar: The Last Airbender world kind of thing, where it's just like animals mashed together, So there aren't any bears,
Now, I heard you say The Last Airbender, but because we're in a
assume you mean
rainforest, I was still like, wait a minute, which Avatar? But no.
Yeah, right.
When you said Last Airbender, I assumed you were talking about. When you said Avatar, I assumed you were talking about the blue people. But then I was like, oh, I guess that works too.
Yeah, so these are largely based on, animals and stuff that you may have seen before, but it's it's something mixed with something else.
A little bit weird.
Yeah. So yeah, you see some large flying creatures and whatnot around up there.
Flying iguana.
Right, hey, Captain.
Yes.
So, Michael and the realm of angels, it seems heavily tied to the belief system of those original pre-scream psychics, eh?
It-
Given what you know of history, it certainly does for me.
yeah. Given what I, know there are certainly planets and cultures where Judeo-Christianity and Islam are alive and well, and so I know some of it. Yeah.
Right, and it's heavily symbolized, wherein if it were a real Judeo-Christian god, would he be wearing Greek armor, Roman armor, olive-skinned and blonde-haired? I think not. I think it's a manifestation of their beliefs, right? So then what is this fucking place? This doesn't seem like the Garden of Eden to me.
Well,
And what's the name?
Cernunnos.
And Cernunnos are there's certainly alls in my knowledge, but never heard of them. Furred, horned. That doesn't sound like God at all, does it?
Well, it's think more of the pagan gods.
Right, okay.
Yeah, you could actually roll some kind of check if you wanted to have heard of him before.
Oh, okay. Is there a guy? I didn't actually know there was a guy. Maybe I should have done some research myself.
I mean, we talked about it a little bit over the break while you
Whoops,
were away.
I missed it.
Yeah, sorry.
That's fine. All right. Well, yeah. Let's see if he does know then. What a no check?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know exactly who he is.
Okay.
As he says pagan, it's like the right search word was entered in, and and you're like, oh, Cernunnos. Like they were mispronouncing it before. Like, okay, yeah, I know exactly. It's the horned god.
Right. Oh, right. Okay. Well, that makes the picture fit a bit better, but it's still a bit odd, right? Like there's a deeper layer of psychology. Perhaps I know your squishy little brains tend to work in layers.
Yes, and I mean, obviously, we don't know exactly how these realms came into being, how much of them are, Jungian psychology of collective unconsciousness, or how much of it is, did the first time one of the scientists tried to summon a being from this realm, was it just their conception of it that created it, or is there some, platonic ideal of all these realms that these entities are spawning from?
But what if it's just perception? What if it's more like a mask, even something different underneath, and that's just the way they present themselves now?
Perhaps.
Observed.
And maybe beings with an entirely different frame of reference would, enter into the angelic realm and have an entirely different experience.
Right. Stay on your toes, you lot. Don't make any assumptions, please.
Mm-hmm. All right. As you have this conversation, I would like people to roll notice checks, please.
Okie dokie.
Notice. Wisdom score?
I am too busy
Yes,
philosophizing. Got a 5.
Oof, no, I like this rainforest is throwing me off guard. Got a 3.
I will say the DC is a bit higher because of the rainforest and all the noise and surroundings.
Mm-hmm.
No, Mozart's probably the only one who
Yeah, how does a 10 sound from Mozi?
All right. So Mozart, you are not surprised when a giant flying snake shoots down from the sky, coming through the trees, with these, enormous wings. It's just like dripping, some kind of substance from its fangs. It seems slick as you look at it. So yeah, let's get initiatives real quick.
Oh, I was muted as I'd said. Okay, but the caption. Okay, there's initiative button. I am just rolling garbage now that I'm not having to do talky stuff.
Yo, I rolled max initiative.
Nice.
I assume
rolled
we're rolling
minimal?
for Diego.
Yeah, I got a 2.
Oof. Yeah, Neith and Scarra both got max.
Who goes first in that situation, or do we go at the same time?
Oh, yeah. So I think technically there should be an order, but I'm pretty okay with you guys just going at the same time, working it out round by round. Okay, so I
I'd
need to
say
roll.
If it was D&D, I'd say whoever has the highest dexterity, but it's not D&D.
Wait, you're also tied. You guys have the same modifier and the same roll.
Well, yeah. 14 dexterity.
Okay. So the normal initiative will be Neith slash Scarra and a 9. Then Snake. Then
Snake.
Teddy. Then Mozart.
Is Diego in this initiative as well?
We're gonna say that Diego and Erstwhile are fighting another snake.
Okay.
For purposes of this, if it gets bad, they will have killed their snake and they can help you. But
Because yeah,
oh, my henchman.
I had the thought of like, how is Neith gonna fight as a squishy human?
That's true. You do have a whole thing about having a henchman. So let's go ahead and let's get a roll in for Diego, because that's kind of a part of your character to have henchmen. So I forgot about that. He's not just an NPC.
That's why he's here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why he's still here.
Let's give him an initiative roll. 5. Okay. He is gonna go with so it's a tie. He just has a G8, so yeah. He's gonna go after Snake. Okay. All right. So
but my thing is, as being a squishy human, I like having other squishy humans around to help me.
All right. So it did sneak up on you. So in this first round, it's going to basically go Snake, then
Mozart, because
then Mozart,
he noticed.
Since he noticed, and then we'll go to normal initiative. Okay. All right. So actually, instead of just using the book, I forgot. I can really quickly whip up an NPC here. Snake. Using these stats. Okay. Changes, and where's my NPC tab? There we go. And stat block.
To vamp while David's doing that. I was having a conversation earlier today about, is something still cool with the kids and Gen Z and stuff, and now I'm thinking like, okay, what are the main cultural touchstones for snakes in terms of memes? Because it's either Metal Gear Snake and any of that stuff, or Badger Mushroom.
Mushroom.
But I'm wondering,
there's a snake in my boot.
That too. I'm wondering if there are like Gen Z and younger snakes that we are just wholly unaware of because we
I
are.
have no idea.
I mean, obviously, if we're wholly unaware of them, we would not know. But it's just like, does there exist a memeable snake that we just have no knowledge of? Or do the youngins, cling to Metal Gear and Badger Badger Badger?
I'm
Let
still
us know in
thinking
the
about I'm a
comments.
fire in my laser. Ah. And all our base are belong to us.
Mm-hmm.
Classics.
All right, I'm gonna roll his hit point secret though. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So Snake's gonna go first. It has been tracking Scarra ever since he came above the clouds.
I
So
assumed.
Snake swoops in to try and bite Scarra. Let me turn off of edit mode. And submit. Does a 20 hit you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Damage.
Only 2 damage.
I'm probably still in the air.
And
Maybe
for a
your
second
access, I think.
attack,
Oh,
does an 18 hit you?
I have my armor class is 17.
Okay. For 6 damage.
A little bit more.
And I would like you to make a save, please. You guys have types of saves, right?
We have evasion, mental, and physical.
Yes. Give me a physical save, please.
15.
Okay, you succeed. You are not poisoned by the venom coursing through your blood.
I've had a starship crash into me before. You think this snake's gonna do anything to me?
I mean,
Starships
so far
don't have venom.
Yeah. So,
I lost 2 parts of my body. I'm fine.
so far he's done 8 damage to you.
So I like the idea that Mozart has just finished saying, keep your head on a swivel, don't assume anything, and then the snake just takes Scarra out.
Yeah. So yeah, there's this giant snake. When I say giant, I mean it's like a anaconda kind of thing, like from like the movie Anaconda. Like it's pretty big, and it's got these huge wings. You're really surprised that it was able to fly through this thick tree cover at all.
Like you see those videos of like trained hawks and owls and stuff, and they're able to just like time their flight just right that like the wings are compressed and they squeeze through spaces.
Yeah. Yeah, and so you passed your physical save. So you're also not grappled by it as it kind of tries to start wrapping around you. So you're not poisoned, you're not grappled, Scarra. So that's the good news. Bad news, surrounded by a giant snake. Mozart.
Damage.
Neat. All right. Yeah. So I think Mozart's just gonna go after that, like I said, and then bust out his big plasma greatsword and take a yeah, no regard for my own safety. I'm gonna go ahead and burn hot on this too to make 2 attacks.
Okay.
And again, since it doesn't register whether I have affinity with my shell or not, this has an additional +4 to attack and +2 to damage.
Got it. All right.
So that's a 20 and a 14.
All right. He's not pleased with this.
And second attack is going to be a 17 and a 14.
All right. Hits. Very not pleased with it.
Great. And then I need to burn hot here. Wait, yeah, it's been a minute. /roll.
Yes.
Yeah, slash roll or slash R.
Oh,
And I burn for 5.
Okay.
And that's me.
All right. So you're in melee range with it now. All right. So I need you to make an evasion save. Is that what it is?
yep.
Yeah, an evasion save. And I would also like Scarra to make an evasion save.
Evasion.
Yes.
Whoa, barely.
All right. Cool.
I did not mean to roll twice, but they both
That's
made
fine.
anyway.
They both
So
passed.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, you will both take half of this acid damage as its acidic blood sprays everywhere from all of this.
Oh, fun.
Oh god, it's an alien snake, a xenomorph snake.
Okay, so you each take 2 acid damage. Nothing crazy.
Oops. There we go.
All right. So that's going to bring us to the top of the round with Neith and Scarra.
Oh,
Mm.
hang on. I forgot to do a thing. So right now it's just the drums in that first round, but Mozart is loading up the Halo theme.
Okay.
Yo.
So it's just
I will load up
Nice.
my Halo music.
I unfortunately cannot play it, or else we win. Get
none of my references can be
get
played.
struck.
Just like
All right.
load up Halo 3 in the background of your stream. It's like, we were doing a Halo 3 stream. It's fine.
Do I still have my Ironhide?
Good question. Yeah, it's a part of your character. You weren't changed sufficiently enough to get rid of that, I think.
Okay. I am going to move over to where Scarra is getting attacked. I'm going to use my stun baton on it to try and get it off him. Oh god, I forgot how to do anything. What do I roll?
You should just be able to click on it if you have it as an attack setup.
Oh, that's I'm in my equipment. Hold on. Hold. There we go. Wait, yo!
All right. 14 is sadly a miss.
Oh boy. Well, this is going to be tough on us.
And
Our
yeah,
amazing rolling
I
style.
mean, you rolled an 11. You can do almost 50% better.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to I assume that's turn.
Yeah, the shock also doesn't do anything.
I'm going
Sadly,
to
its AC is better
Yeah.
than 15.
Oh.
back up immediately, like fly like as far away as I can.
Okay. It's gonna get an attack of opportunity on you.
I don't
You
want
okay
to
with
shoot
it?
when I'm right next to it. Yeah, go for it.
All right. Okay.
1 damage.
1 damage.
I'll tank it.
But I need you to make a physical save, please. Okay,
Fine.
you're good. Not poisoned, not grappled.
I hate being teleported. I hate going through warp gates. I hate this snake. I'm gonna take a shot at it with my void. Sorry, with my laser. No, yeah, with my void carbine.
Well, once we finish this mission, you can retire, I guess.
Oh no!
Never-
You're all about to retire. You're doomed.
I missed.
Oh no!
We're a day away from retirement.
One last job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I missed.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Just raising all the death flags.
Diego, you better kill the snake for me. I can't aim for shit after almost being poisoned twice, apparently.
Okay. Diego's gonna move in with his sword and try and take a swing at it. Okay, Diego
can
does
hit.
Yeah, he's this is why I have him as a henchman.
All right. So Diego does kill it.
Alright. Didn't even
But
get
I'm
to
gonna
some of
need,
us.
yeah, I'm gonna need everyone to make evasion saves,
Even
please.
me, I went as far away as I could.
Yeah, even people not in melee.
Oof. We're
Oh, I'm
seeing our
seeing some
first
fails.
failures.
All right. I forgot I need to roll for Diego. He just rolls saves though.
Hmm.
Okay.
And then Neith. There it is.
Okay. So those of you who failed, gonna take the whole thing. Those of you that pass, you take half.
Get low damage.
Oh, it's like, did I miss it?
Oh,
9.
what's half of 9?
Four.
Round up or
4.
down?
I think we round down in the system. So yeah, nothing crazy. But it unlike before where it just kind of like sprayed acidic blood, as it's kind of like dies, it literally just explodes like a bomb of acid.
Wow.
Scarra is very badly hurt.
Scarra, stay up there. I got this.
What do you mean? First of all, can I get some healing?
Yeah. I'll have to open up
I'm
Urswiles
like
here.
a little bit over half health.
Okay, how many? So they have some amount committed to keep people as people. So Erstwhile and Neith are people. So that's, I think, 2 points committed. So let me
I mean, those
kinda
doesn't
go.
need to keep themselves still, right? Technically.
That's, well, they wouldn't
They wouldn't
Would
get
they
the
get it
point
back?
back until they
Until a
like
rest,
sleep.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they might as well. All right. So, and then let's see. There's Psychic Sucker. Okay, so they're good. Oh, I forgot. This doesn't show the full thing for some reason. So I'm gonna need to look up the thing. But Urswile is gonna heal you. Psionics, core technique. Here we go. So they have it at level. Oh, 3. Okay, there we go.
Are you guys proud of me? I lived more than 2 hits.
Okay. Effort to activate. Oh, they don't have to commit effort to use the core ability.
That's nice.
Cool. So yeah, no effort. So they can just heal. As long as they have effort, they can heal. So they can do base level healing. Crazy stuff. Gonna take
Fine.
something
I'll take
extra.
any.
All right. So
I mean, how much does the base level healing do then? Because I mean, if we just take long enough, we can get ourselves all back to full.
right. So yeah, it's 2d6 plus 2. So yeah. Yeah,
And
might as
health.
well just let me double check on that. 'Cause, yeah, that's insane.
Okay, I'm 5 health down from my max.
You no longer need to commit effort to activate it. The use of additional techniques. Yeah. So the use of additional techniques requires effort, but not Psychic Sucker. So yeah. So yeah, if any of you die, it's going to cost, or if they have to use like remote repair or any of that kind of stuff. But yeah, you guys can just sit around here for a minute and get healed up.
I assume not back to full, just the amount that they gave.
No, just keep healing you.
Yeah.
You guys could all be back at full.
Oh, well,
It's
then
just
in that
taking
case,
time. Yeah. Yeah, I think that you guys have a while to walk, so like there's not really you don't have to just sit here while it's happening, so you can keep moving forward and be getting healed. And
Yeah.
no one was so hurt that it's not like we're talking like 10 minutes go by here to heal everybody up to full. Like
Yeah.
within like 1 or 2 heals, you should all be good.
Yep.
But the only person who can't be healed is Mozart.
Yeah, I would
You're
imagine
repaired
I probably brought some spare parts with me though, right? Like
in the
Yeah.
box.
I'm not a
I
dum-dum.
have spare parts for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could repair yourself.
I'm sure we could just look that up after stream or whatever, but like
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
whatever because I don't remember the time or parts conversion to
Mhm.
That would probably require like sitting down
Mm.
and working on it for a minute.
I'm okay then, to be honest. I'm not too badly hurt.
Okay.
I mean, I could use fix, right? I have spare parts.
Yeah, that's how you would do it. Yeah, if you guys want to take a break and use fix and Erstwhile could heal everybody, you could do that.
Might be
Yeah,
worth
I
it,
think-
especially if Mozart is going to keep doing, burning to do more.
Yeah, I'll take off 1 spare part for sure.
Okay. We'll look it up.
Yeah.
We'll say you take the time you need to fix Mozart up to full. We'll look up how long that is later.
Yeah, I think while I'm fixing up Mozart, I'll ask Teddy to come over. And just, so what happened to me in there? What was that?
Well, that was certainly a strong reaction, but you seem pretty goo-goo for Michael.
Goo goo? I guess I got a little gooey, but like, what do you mean?
You're let's just say your brain kind of took a backseat as your hormones took control.
Weird.
Ugh.
Humans do that? Like your mind gets overwritten by other parts of your body?
Kind of. I mean, for the most part, it's not quite that strong, but there are certainly times that I mean, have you heard the phrase thinking more with your heart than your head?
That's not the phrase.
That's the censored phrase. It's fine.
I mean, I guess something like that, yeah.
Well, seems to me that you had the hots for Michael and weren't thinking about much else.
Look, when
Oh
you're in
my
that
God.
mindset, it just kind of happens. You do need to reel it back sometimes, though. Take some kind of mental fortitude. I know that might be difficult for you, though.
I do not want now that I know what to look out for.
I mean,
It's not gonna happen again.
I don't blame
Why do you
you.
think
But
Why do you think I slapped you on the back of the head?
Yeah, jeez. A little cognitive reset there. Appreciate it.
I understand. Look, things happen.
Jeez.
If
All
you
right.
ever need me to smack you, I'm glad to.
I'm sure you are. But I'll be ready next time. No more body taking over mind stuff. That's
So
you
want
think
to make
that
bets on how long that's going to happen for? Because every single time I've ever heard anybody say that, trust me, it's better to let it happen and then pull yourself back, because then you know what to expect. Just don't go along with it, because it's human hormones. It kind of happened out of
what
nowhere.
would happen if I go along with it?
Well,
Probably
I think I'm
end
all
up
fixed.
embarrassing
Good
yourself.
enough. We'll just do that. Yeah, I'm gonna scout around, make sure there's nothing else coming in the area.
I forgot you were like hostage for this because you're being repaired.
yeah. I certainly don't blame you for your reactions, and I don't know for sure, but I imagine you may be barking up the wrong tree, just because if my assumptions about him being an angel and all that stuff is in line with, some of the philosophy that Mozart and I were discussing earlier, Michael may be strictly celibate. I don't know for sure, but
You may have taken a vow of chastity or something.
yeah, you may not get anything from that if you are looking for that.
Also, you may just end up embarrassing yourself, which is something a lot of people do when they're in that mindset.
Oh, okay.
And-
yeah, well, I wouldn't want that.
Advise you don't do
Diego will pipe in and say, and also just physically, Michael is like 15 feet tall. I don't know how capable
Well,
Is that bad?
I can
Yeah,
tell
it
you
could
about size
kill you.
queening later, and with erstwhile's biokinesis, well, that does raise some interesting possibilities.
Oh
Other than that,
no, I think I hear another snake coming.
Oh my
Move
god, I
along.
can still hear it from over here.
Diego, I noticed this earlier when you took Michael's hand. He seemed kind of uncomfortable when you grabbed it. Do you know what's going on with that? I mean, I understand you're under a religious path right now. Perhaps is your god at odds with? Is Diego at odds with Michael or any of the people? Yeah, or the religion setting? I don't know.
My religion developed long, my religion developed long after this. I mean, it really came into its own after the Scream, so there's not really a competition between the religions. The Christian
Was
religion isn't present on my planet.
your vow is of honesty, correct? So you tell the truth and you carry it out.
Yes.
So is theirs? Well, at least we were told not to lie to them. We were told to be truthful. Curious why they were so uncomfortable, though. It's weird.
Without knowing more about Michael, I couldn't say, but I did notice him flinch from my touch.
Anyways, we can think about this later.
These are all
Let's get this
very
fruit.
interesting discussions, but we do need to survive this very dangerous rainforest.
All right. Mozart, you've been kind of scatting around. Give me a notice check, please. Okay. So you don't see anything, but you definitely hear the sounds of some larger creatures and kind of like nearby. They're definitely keeping kind of, you can tell they're kind of keeping near you.
Oh, heads on a swivel for real this time. There's some critters tracking us.
I land on the floor. Last time you said.
Sorry. The other thing you will have noticed, Mozart, is that you all smell like an exploded snake. It's a very distinct smell and would be very easy to track.
What's funny about that is Mozart probably registers this, but considering how much he thinks organic beings stink anyway.
Yeah, maybe he's
I think that's
like,
just lost in the. Yeah, it smells better.
Yeah. Exploded snake smells better than people. You heard it here first.
I think, as this thought, at the speak of that, Scarra would have probably tried to wash the blood off of himself, but not to care too much about the smell.
All right. As Mozart kind of comes back and tells everyone to keep your heads on a swivel, you kind of get up and you look around, and it becomes very easy to notice in some of the shadows of the trees, you see many sort of red glowing eyes watching you. Many sets of it. They look smaller though. So these clearly are not the large things that Mozart has heard. Or it's big with really tiny eyes. I don't know.
Well, I guess we'll find out when they try and eat us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we can kind of end it here. It's probably a good spot. And yeah, do stars and wishes.
Yeah, it's been a jillion years, but we do those.
Yeah, and then everyone gets 4 experience. Remember, please.
Nice.
Sorry, what are we at now then?
66.
Wait, 66. Oh, it's because I missed last session, of course.
Right. Yep.
My star There were a couple good roleplay moments. I think I'm gonna give mine to Sita for the I don't want to talk about biological stuff. I don't want to know. I don't want to hear about it. It's disgusting. I'm gonna go now. Okay, bye. That was great. And my wish, I think combat will be more combat will be fun. I am excited to see this being, because I know LB's type, but I don't think that Neith is gonna have the same visceral reaction to a big demon daddy. But who knows?
All right. Let's see. My star. I think I'm gonna give mine, because again, just too many good RP moments, but to Mecha for Scarra being like, okay, but what does the fruit of life do in the seeds? And then as soon as he finds out it's about psychic, he's like, nope, not interested. Do not want anymore. And then wish. Hmm. I don't know. I don't imagine we will actually be able to get an answer within the campaign, but Alex wants to know more about how the shades and the realms were created. Like, did they actually exist beforehand, or did they, spring into being upon being summoned? And like, most of the stuff that Teddy and Mozart were talking about, of like, how do these things work, and like what exactly makes them tick. But I don't know that anyone in universe knows that, so it may just be a post-campaign asking David thing.
All right.
My star is to Neith and talk about human hormones and experiencing them. I really found that enjoyable.
And holding the dazed face for like a minute and a half.
Like they were just like looking up at Michael, big hands. It's great.
I will say, to be fair, I have a lot of sexy pictures behind here. This is my sexy art wall, so it was not that hard.
No, of course not. I can imagine. And my wish is kind of similar to LB's, but I want for combat for potentially eldritch horror kind of weird mystical god stuff. That would be fun.
My star is gonna have to go to Mecha on this one for all of the banter. The banter between Scarra and Neith and Scarra and Mozart is great. The amount of shit he receives, I feel like he's getting better at giving it back too. Like it's the repartee it's there. And my wish, I just have to fully echo Alex on that one. I also want to know a lot more about the cosmology of these gods and their heavens and things, because it really seems like it's more rooted in something scientific or scientific or something, but it's yeah, want no more. Give world building. Give, please.
I need all the lore. I desire to consume it.
All right. Me. I really liked y'all's reaction to Ketheract's kind of plan unfolding, of being like, oh, of course, this is the shit he's pulling on us. I thought that was really good. And yeah, and just the role play was really good this session. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed watching you guys with that. And wish. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty cool with you guys, digging some more answers about how the world works out of the NPCs. I'd like to see that. And yeah, just see how this goes. No, don't want to hang any expectations on it. But yeah, I'm excited to see how it goes. Oh yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. We're ending on time. It's amazing. Woo! So yeah, that is gonna do it for us for tonight. We'll be back in 2 weeks, barring circumstances, etc., etc. But that's why you should be in our Discord and following us on the social media so that you know when we're doing stuff or when we need to, cancel stuff because life happens and we always prioritize taking care of ourselves. Yeah. I think that's going to do it for us. Do people have things they would like to plug or promote? I see that Simon the Cat is getting butt pats.
Don't forget the premiere of Hearts of Stone on Saturday,
Yeah.
5 p.m. Eastern.
Yes. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that has been 5 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, new show. So if you're looking for something to get in on the start of, that's a good way to do it. And it'll be on YouTube eventually anyway if you can't catch it live. But yeah, until next time, good games and good night, Internet.